Welcome back to Grassroots Media. Welcome back to this week's edition of the Gary's Paint and Body Shop Terry Hoese Show, where we cover everything on the hardwood with the South Greene Rebels basketball team. As always, I'm joined here with head coach Terry Hoese. Coach,
Tyler,
how's it going?
it's going well.
There's something missing.
I didn't bring them down today.
You didn't bring it today.
I didn't bring them down today. They're in the coach's office.
You do have a shiny new plaque, though.
I do, yes.
3 straight now, District 1 2A tournament champions once again for the 3rd straight year, knocking off Johnson County in the semis 95-87, then knocking off county rival West Greene for the 3rd time, 61-49 to claim the crowd for the 3rd straight year. Talk about how good it feels to be champions 3 straight years.
When they get old.
It never will.
I don't care who
it never
is.
does.
I didn't feel like we had a great tournament by any means. We gave up 87 points in our semifinal game, and didn't feel like we defended very well at all. And then come in and played West Greene, and West Greene did a good job. They held the Gamble kid to 7 points. Roderick was able to have a pretty good night and scored 20, but they were late in the game when I felt like we should have been pulling away. West Greene come down, and we left them wide open a few times, and they knocked down some shots and kind of kept that thing close for a while until they started having to foul. We went to free throw line, made free throws. So I didn't feel like we particularly played extremely well either game, but like I said, it's good to get a win.
I mean, winning never gets tired. Of course, winning a tournament never gets tiresome either. With the tournament win, you get 20 wins again for, I think this is the 4th straight year now with 20 wins. Every year that I've been sitting down and doing the interviews with you, a part of Grassroots Media, you've had 20-win seasons now. I think this is also the 4th straight year that you're going to host a region game, being the number 1 seed now after winning the tournament 3 years in a row. Talk about how important that is now that you get to host a region tournament as a 1 seed.
It's extremely important now, especially with the quality of teams down there in that other district. Mm-hmm. It's what I've told people. Our district may not win a game, and that's the God's honest truth. That group down there is good, all the way from the top. And you got Gallenberg that's sitting at the house who Glasper got hurt and had to have surgery and missed the tournament, which kind of gives the idea of why they're not in it. But that whole district down there has been good for years. Alcoa's won the state championship now, a couple
2
years in a row, and very well may win that thing again, and here they are in our region. So if you want a chance, you better be able to host. So, and obviously with us, I think it's good that, especially this year, with the level of competition down there, it was good for us to win it and have Oneida coming in, and that's not a slight at Oneida by any means. Oneida's good. I watched them on film, and
they're getting hot at the right time.
Yes, they are. So we'll like to play extremely well in here Saturday night to have a shot ourselves at the 4 seed. So it is important to be at home. I hope our home crowd shows up Saturday night and gives us a little bit of a home court advantage. But it will be nice not to have to get on that bus and drive to Oneida. From Oneida to here is probably a 2.5 to 3 hour drive. So hopefully that'll be to our advantage as well.
Getting that win over Johnson County in the semifinals, that bumped you up to the 20-win mark again. 20-win mark is something that a lot of coaches always want to get to. It's kind of a benchmark to having a successful season in a lot of people's eyes. And for you get there again. Is that a goal for yours at the beginning of every season to get above that 20-win mark?
It is. And I marked it off in the locker room after the Johnson County game. First goal is to win the conference. Second goal is to win 20 games. Third goal is to win the district tournament. And fourth goal is to get to a sub-state game. So at that point, I tell them, if you can reach those 4 goals, get to that sub-state game. At that point, it's one game. Nobody knows what's going to happen, and you got an opportunity to go. So we've won 20. We won the district, tied for first of the district. We won the district tournament now. So on to the regionals. We're going to fight with everything we've got to try to get to another sub-state game and see where it leads us.
Got Oneida coming up now, as we mentioned. That'll be on Saturday night, 7 o'clock here at South Greene. Before we talk about Oneida and the region tournament as a whole too much, though, we need to get a word in from our sponsors first. So we'll be right back after this commercial break here on Grassroots Media.
Pizza Inn offers contactless buffet to go with JoJo's Family Feast or anything on our menu for carryout. We also honor birthday parties and cater to businesses and large events. We make it easy. Call us today. Pizza Inn Greenville.
For more than 30 years, Tommy's Plumbing has served customers in East Tennessee with licensed and professional plumbing services. From installing your new faucet to replacing your existing piping system, our team at Tommy's Plumbing is trained to handle the job with professionalism, attention to detail, and integrity. By offering warranties on most products installed by our technicians, Tommy's Plumbing stands behind our work, ensuring that your plumbing needs are not only met, but that your problem is solved for the long term. When you need reliable and professional plumbing service, Tommy's is the only call to make. So give us a call today and let us show you the Tommy's difference.
Welcome back to Grassroots Media. Welcome back to this week's edition of the Gary's Paint and Body Shop Terry Hoese Show, where we cover everything on the hardwood with the South Greene Rebels basketball team. As always, I'm joined here with head coach Terry Hoese. Talked about it last week, or 2 weeks before. We were coming up on the most important time of the year with the district tournament. Stages get bigger from here on out. The stakes get higher. You got the Region 1 2A tournament now. You're hosting that first game as the 1 seed against Oneida. We kind of previewed a little bit in the back half, but we don't know as much about Oneida. We know where they're at, the mascot, the colors, but we don't know too much about the team, but I'm sure you do, yes. And that's what you're here for. So tell us about Oneida and what we can expect in the game on Saturday.
We will have a size advantage. They're not as big as we are, but they have some kids that can shoot the ball really well. They play hard. They play the same defense we play, so kind of makes it. We've not really had to face any of that, and I've had coaches before tell me, the matchup zone that we run gives them trouble. So we're getting ready to face another team that runs the matchup zone and probably runs it better than we do. So it's going to be a different style of basketball for us Saturday night. We've been playing people who's played us a man for the most part, and we've been able to run our offense and get good looks. So Saturday night we'll have to shoot the ball well. They can shoot it. They've got a couple of thick kids that play hard, that can shoot, plus take you to the bucket. So it's going to be a tough game Saturday night. And if we come out with that, I'll be blessed. And just stick it on top of everything. You go into that district tournament with a 2 seed. You have at least 2 games left. Mm-hmm. Three games. You're going to play the semifinal, the final, and then at least a regional tournament game somewhere. Now it's win or go home, so pressure's on.
And then for Oneida, too, is it scary playing a team like Oneida who not necessarily have their backs against the wall, because going into the district tournament, they were a 6 seed. Right. So at this point, they're playing with house money, upsetting Gatlinburg Pittman, who was the 3 seed, making it into regions now and going in against the champions of the opposite district. I mean, they're coming into it with little to no pressure at all. Is it scary playing a team like that?
It is, because you're supposed to win.
Yeah, and they're hot right now, too.
Yeah, it is. And, they're well coached. I've watched their games. They are well coached. They're fundamentally sound. If things go bad a little bit, he calls timeouts and has a good way of getting them back in line, and they respond. So, it's a good situation for them to come in. They've got no pressure. They're playing 2.5 to 3 hours away from home. Nothing to lose for them when it comes down to it. I mean, I know it's win or go home, and they want to win. Mm-hmm. But the pressure's not on them to win like it is for the home team. So we're not looking forward to Saturday night. I'll just be upfront and honest with you. It'll be nice when it's over if we have a win. So at this point, we know what's ahead of us too. If you can get that win on Saturday night, we're probably going to face. Austin East is the favorite to win that game against Hampton. Austin East is at home, and not to say that Hampton can't beat them. I've seen Hampton do miraculous things, so it would be really nice for us to win that Saturday night and get to play Hampton in that semi. Be good for both of us, but we're taking one at a time right now. We got to figure out a way to beat Oneida, and if we do, we will have played well. We won't come in here and play poorly Saturday night and have a chance to win. I can tell you that.
Looking at the bracket too, you've got Oneida. You mentioned that Hampton is traveling to Austin East. Yes. On the opposite side of the bracket. You've got Johnson County traveling down to Alcoa, and then Eagleton traveling down here to Greene County to play West Greene. So you can't really assume things when it comes to region tournament time, because I talked about it with Coach Kyle Donahue yesterday. Region tournament is kind of the time where you don't know what to expect either, because there's extra nerves going into these games because you don't know anything about the teams.
Right.
These are teams that I know you used to schedule Gatlinburg-Pittman every year, doing a home and away series, but that's not the case, and they're not in the region tournament this year. So you're playing teams that these kids in this unit haven't played all year. Going back to last year, if you do play Austin East again, you've got some kids that did play that team last year, but it's an entirely different team almost for them and you, not the same units anymore. So is there an extra sense of nerves whenever you come into a region tournament knowing that you don't have any sense of normalcy like you do the district tournament?
There is, to a certain extent. The hard part about the district tournament is you've played everybody twice.
Yeah.
And everybody's had plenty of time to scout you and all those things. And the one nice thing, I guess, about playing in a regional tournament game and not really knowing, that works both ways. They're going to come in here and I don't know if they know how good Gamble is. I don't know if they know really. He's listed at 6'8", and he plays a 6'8". I mean, he's quality. Jace Roderick, 6'6", handling the ball, and the speed from Trey Gentry. I don't necessarily think it's a disadvantage for us. It may be an advantage, if anything else, because they don't know a whole lot about us either, unlike the district tournament where we've played each other twice and you've got time to prepare and you pick up on little things that other teams do. It is nerve-wracking to a certain extent because we don't know, but on the flip side of that, they don't know either.
I can kind of see that. It's a double-edged sword. I mean, you're nervous going into it because you don't know anything, but at the same time, they don't know anything either. So it's cool to hear that perspective from two different coaches and just see how they kind of view the region tournament. But what we do know, you play Oneida Saturday night, 7 o'clock here at South Greene. Tickets are $8 at the gate. Gates open at 6 o'clock. Yeah, don't show up before that. Can't get in if you do. But best of luck. That's all I've got left for you, unless there's anything else you've got to add.
Nope. I'd pack this gym out. It'd be nice to see a good crowd in here Saturday night. And I know you've got West Greene playing at home, Greenville playing at home, and South Greene playing at home. Our fans are kind of split. If none of those are taking place, people kind of tend to go and watch games. So need all South Greene fans to show up Saturday night.
Hopefully not the last home game you have either. Hopefully have a region or a sub-state home game later on in the year. But at hand first, Oneida. Get that job done. We'll sit down next week,
Thank you, Tyler.
see how things go. Thank you once again. Thank you all for watching this week's edition of the Gary's Paint Body Shop Terry Hoese Show. Look forward to seeing you next time here on Grassroots Media.